Hi friends. So yeah, this will be the continuation of the bubble sort coding part. Okay, guys. So what we are going to do in this implementation part. So as you can see that I have defined what we are going to do. That the first part will be going to like this is the first thing we have going to keep in mind. So we have to traverse. So we have to have one for loop. Next part is like the tracking of it, right? Making it adaptive if it is always shorter. So we will have a flag for it, right? So I've done not. So next part is kind of another loop that will be going to responsible for the our element to each two element to compare, and if it is possible then do the swapping. Okay, so suppose this is, and the second part is also done for the shopping. The third part is kind of if like the this part is going to be responsible for, so if suppose nothing has happened, so we will going to get out of the loop and we can directly declare that this is sorted array. So yeah guys, so I have defined two cases, so where the array is not sorted and one is the sorted array. Okay guys, so let's do the implementation. So for that we will define one function, get bubble sort. So it will going to take one array as an input, and so the first the thing that I have defined guys, so we have to take like the traverse entire thing. So for I in range, so range function is going to give me the number of the iteration I have to do, and it is for the length. So generally as you have like use Python, so generally what happens, it will be going from 0 to the like the whatever the last value you define less than 1 of it. Okay, and so next part that we have to define is like swap, if it is already swapped or not, and it is, I would say it is first false. So if any comparison happens, then we can say that any swapping happens, we can say that okay, it is swapped. So we will continue. Okay. Next part is like the another loop that will be going to responsible for swapping, guys. In range of, it will be starting 0 again. So make it clearer. Okay, guys. So length of array, and it will be the logic guys here. So n minus I of minus 1. Okay, so this is the logic that we are going to use, so that the we each time, so once like in the one pass, like all the like the maximum number of that array going to get rightest, and after that the remaining should only get compared, not the whatever already sorted. So that is the logic for that. So now we will compare that, and to compare that we will going to write array of j if array of j is greater than array of z plus 1. So guys, you understood right this part. So here it is kind of, just give me a second guys, you will get that, believe me. So here I will do array of z, and array of z now have become z plus 1, array of z equal to array of z plus 1, and array of j plus 1 now will become temp. Okay, and because it is already swapped, so in that condition we can say that it is true. And yeah, and next part is, okay, let me just explain this guys. Suppose I got an element, and where the array of j equal to 4 and array of j plus 1 equal to 2. So here if you see, so it is not sorted, so we have to do the swapping. Next part here if you see, so what I'm doing, so I have defined it. So now the temp become 4, and here if you see array of j, it becomes j plus 1, so it becomes 2. So now here if you see array of j plus 1 become 4, you can see this right guys, this swapping happens. So it was 4 and 2, now it has become 2 and 4. So it is already swapped, so it will get out of it. Okay, so this will happen. So guys, so it is going to be happen. Suppose this in this loop for the swapping in comparison does not trigger any swapping. So what we can do, we can do that else break. Okay, so now guys, what will be happening? Suppose it is, as you can see, so this is the loop, sorry, this is the loop going to compare and do the swapping. So suppose I got an array and it is not got kind of any swapping happen, so it is already sorted. So in that case, what we can say that it is already sorted, so we have break it, right? This loop going to get like we get out of this loop, and yeah, we can say that already it is sorted, guys. Okay, so I think it is done. So let's call this function. So let me just define an array. An array has the, okay, so we will be having this same array. Okay, guys. Let's print it. Print array before swapping. Dot format. And here I pass array. So next part is kind of, I will call this function. So this is the function I call it. This function, and next part, let me again print it the, let me, okay, just wait a second, guys. Okay, sorry guys, I was getting call. Okay, so yeah, so here what we will do, okay, so what we will do, we will print sorry, array after sorting. So it is kind of, now it is directly, we can pass it the same array, right? It is going to, because we are going to, we are swapping into the same address. Okay guys, and let me just check if it is swapped, and yeah, it is right, it is right. Okay, true, then okay. Yeah, okay guys, so here I think I have to make the change. It should be kind of if not swapped, right guys? So yeah, okay, so earlier it was very like big mistake, guys. So yeah, here if you see, so otherwise what will in the first pass it will be going to, and next part, because it will be break in the next part itself, right? So, like the next part of the this for I will for I is equal to 0 it will go, and for I is equal to 1 it will going to, like it will break, right? So here, and the next part, okay guys, so if you see that why, like you can have else loop, like the with the for loop you can have else also in Python. Okay guys, This is the advantage. And yeah, so next part is like kind of, so if it is not swapped, then like if it is here, if you see what happened, so it is false, right? Nothing has suppose this part not triggered, it is already false. So now what will happen, it will be going to not possible, so it become true, and it will become true means it will become here, it will be going to break. So okay, so let's run it, let's see what happens, what we get it. Okay, why it is taking so much time. Okay, so guys, yeah, so we were expecting the same thing, guys. I think it is 1 2 4 9 12 23. Yeah, it is sorted, right? Okay, so let's test the another one also. If it is already sorted, I will just here print one thing, guys, so that you can know shopping happened. Okay, so let me just, so in this time it should not get triggered. For let me test for the same. Why, what it is? Okay, so swapping happened. Okay, so guys, it was already sorted out. Okay, so it is kind of, we got this and it goes and it happen. So at last it will be okay. So guys, at some point it had been triggered kind of like where the no swapping has happened. Okay, so in that condition, what it does is like kind of suppose one came here and two at some point. So at that time, what will be happening? So this is kind of the average complexity that I was mentioning. So it will be kind of suppose 1 and 2, minus 1 and 2, and after that 4 has come, right? Because they are already in the sorted order. So what will be happening? So between minus 1 and 2, like if you see the cycle, so it will be 98 going to be the last, and but eventually the 2 and minus 1 that is there, so they are going to be at place minus 1 and 2, so the no swapping will happen, right? So that's where it have been triggered this part. Okay guys, we can test it more with the phi pass here, so we can print just I. Okay, so we can get that at which point it has not. Okay, so as you can see, this is how many number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, n is equal to 8, right? So it should we should get some point where it has, so it from 0 to 7 it should, so it's at 6 I think, or at 7 also it can trigger, right? So just run it, that's okay, at 6 it triggered, so that okay, so no comparison happened. That's why guys, but we with the sorted it should at 0, I think it should come, right? Okay, let's just test with that. Put arrange this. Okay, so n is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, right? Again, so it should, yeah guys, if you see here, it I is equal to at 0 itself, so it now, as you can see this, right, at 0 itself it got okay, so it is already sorted and it is breaking it, and now you can see this, guys. Okay, so I think for this everything, for I think for bubble shot, guys, that's everything that you need know about this bubble shot. Okay, so in any interview now you will have confidence of explaining that how it exactly works, and even if you don't know the coding at all of with respect to like the you don't have to memorize the coding here. If you do directly, just remember this three key points. One is kind of the traversal, one the swapping thing, and third is the comparison and swapping. Okay, so in this way you can implement at any interview or anything anywhere. Okay, so generally if you like either they can ask the use case, or generally they prefer to us like with respect to suppose this is the bubble shot, then you have selection shots, what are the difference. So any others which has like there are in the sorting which has order of ON only. Okay, so generally they ask for the comparison between them. So yeah guys, I will, once I complete this, you will have the answer for all the question with respect to the sort. Okay, thank you so much. Let's meet in the next video. Until then, be happy, be positive, and work for your nation. Okay, thank you so much.